Hi, I'm Brigham Larson, and I'd like to give you a quick tour of this player system. This is a really cool player system that I discovered several years ago, and it just seems to be like the next step in the evolution of these player systems. It's a European system. That's where their R&D department is, and they know what they're doing. Quick note on this piano: this video is not about the piano. I'm going to talk quickly about the player system, but I put it on the Hylian 178 for a very good reason. This is my very best value. This is far and away my very best-selling brand. Just last month I sold 6 or 7 of them. These 178s are awesome, so it was a very calculated decision that I put this player system on a 178. Okay, so several ways to play the player system. You can use your iPhone, and there's the PianoForce app, and so using the app, you can use the library that is pre-programmed, that has several thousand songs in it pre-programmed. You can use a USB card, or rather USB little mini drive that you can stick in the USB port back in there. You can load on, you know, there are thousands and thousands of songs, or I don't know how many dozens or hundreds of libraries there are that you can tap into and just load them onto the USB and stick it on. If you're, I don't know, if you're a aficionado of jazz or whatever, you can find jazz libraries and download them onto your USB stick and stick it in there, and then, you know, it'll come up on the app. Then there's also what they call PianoForce Radio. Of course, it's not radio through the airwaves, but it's rather through the internet. The piano connects to, I have Wi-Fi here in the store. Piano connects to the Wi-Fi, and the iPhone connects also to the Wi-Fi, and that's how they communicate. So they have what's called PianoForce Radio that I was talking about, that is through the internet, where it just continuously continuously broadcasts a song. Why don't I demonstrate that in just a minute? First, I'll talk about the libraries that are already on it. There's also a CD player. That's kind of an old school thing, you know, where you can buy CDs if you wanted to do that. This has that option. Okay, so can you focus in on this? So these are the libraries that it comes loaded on with: easy listening, classical 1, inspirational, Latin, New Age, standards, jazz, lots of different volumes, Broadway, on and on and on. So the one that let's go to jazz, see what's in there. So some of them have the accompaniment, like you can hear the brushes and the bass player going, and then the piano does it's like a jazz trio. And there are lots of them that are not. We can go to, I don't know, Broadway, maybe? So in this one Broadway file, there are a couple of Broadways that come pre-programmed on it. So in this one, can you see that? In this one Broadway album, there's all of this. Let's do On the Street Where You Live. You can also adjust volume. Oh, sorry, that's the accompaniment. There's the volume. The accompaniment is the one that has the speakers. So there's the volume way low. So now we can talk normally. The accompaniment is the one that has the speakers, that has the drummer and bass, and a lot of times it'll have vocals. Lots of different whatever. So I'll turn it up to mid-volume. Let's do one more. Why don't we do classical? same with just tons of classical to choose from. Let's try some Brahms. Turn the volume way down. And this player system has old player systems, of course, it was either on or it was off. A lot of these player systems that I work on that are from the first players were originally invented like 1903, right in there, and they were popular through about 1930 when the radio kind of took over and people could no longer afford. Anyway, those player systems, they were either on or they were off. They had the rolls that went through. You had to put the roll in, and it either played the note or it didn't. Whereas the modern player system, this has several hundred different. It has a range of dynamics where it has several hundred different dynamic ranges per note. So it really captures emotion that way. Okay, getting a call now. Decline that. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the radio, quote-unquote, station that it has. So I'm going to click on the radio. And then who knows what it's going to play. It's just kind of random. Like I said, it's constantly broadcasting. It's Barbra Streisand. Hey! Thanks, Babs. Streisand, My Heart Belongs to Me. You can also change the expression. Right now it's on soft to medium and deep expression, where the highs are higher and the lows are lower, whereas soft kind of narrows that range in a little bit. Anyway, so lots to choose from on the iPhone. Trying to think of what else I'm missing, some other cool features. Like you can set it as your alarm clock, for example. That's kind of a cool, that's a cool feature where you can set it, to wake you up at, 6 a.m. or whatever you want to do, and rather than your alarm clock waking you up, the piano will wake you up on whatever you want. And the other thing that's cool that I've played with a lot is if you're like a jazz player, let's see if I can find. You can turn the so I'm going to turn the piano. There's a way to turn that piano off altogether, so you can then jam. Anyway, I was doing it the other day. I can't remember right now, of course, while I'm doing this video, but there's a way to turn the piano off altogether, so it's just the bass and drums. I'll figure it out as soon as we're done recording. But then you can do the piano part yourself. So and probably several others that I'm skipping over, but I got the big one. So really cool system.